Welcome y'all to Heavy Jammin' Record Song and Download Review. This is Duke, your friendly neighborhood music freak, and I'm here to fill your playlist with some rock and roll. That can be anything from the quietest moments of Joni Mitchell and Iron and Wine song to the ear-shattering sounds of Motorhead, Mastodon, and beyond. I'm here to take y'all on a musical journey and hope you're ready for the ride. Come along. In the early 2000s, the Black Crowes went on a hiatus, with the logical consequence of Chris Robinson breaking out on his own. In 2002, he brought out a record called New Earth Mud, then calling his band New Earth Mud, and following it up in 2004 with a record called This Magnificent Distance. Both notably co-produced by British multi-instrumentalist Paul Stacey, best known for his work with Oasis, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds, and the Black Crowes. This gave Chris the opportunity to try something new by still staying true to his style. Now, Chris Robinson on his own can get pretty mellow, and anybody who knows Chris Robinson's Brotherhood can attest to that. But anything he does is well worth a listen, even if you like your sounds a little heavier. Now, both records have plenty of quiet, hippie, folky moments, often tinged with a good dose of psychedelia reminiscent of the Black Crowes' Three Snakes and a Charm. But Chris always knows how to groove, and he can funk and rock it out with the best of them. His is a truly soulful voice, combining all elements of American music in one, be it rock, funk, gospel, soul, folk, blues, jazz, or country. His lyrics are imaginative and spacey, the subject matter eclectic, rarely with a direct meaning, and always open for interpretation. I feel like his lyrics are more an addition to the melody, an instrument of its own. Now, there really isn't a bad song on either album, and all songs are imaginative, playful, and catchy, but as mentioned before, at many times very mellow. Now, if you're into that, and you're maybe a fan of Chris Robinson's Brotherhood, you'll get a great listen out of the whole shebang. If you're looking for great songs to add to your playlist, the kind with a little bit more pep in their step, then give these next songs a listen. New Earth Mud's opening track, Safe in the Arms of Love, is a groovy chill rocker with a cool riff and great licks. It's kind of what the Germans call an earworm digging itself into your brain. I couldn't get this song out of my head for nearly 2 days once. Ride is a 70s style funk song with a heavy groove, great bass line, killer keys, and a catchy chorus. Chris really gets his James Brown going on this one. Better Than the Sun gets us going in a more psychedelic groove with spacey lyrics and Chris doing what he does best, carrying you along in his world with his vocals. The song is playful while maintaining a sense of urgency until ending in a trippy little mess that slowly meshes into the final song. She's on Her Way is another hallucinatory, folky ballad like only Chris Robinson or the Crowes could deliver. The best of the mellow tunes, keeping the same urgency as the song before, which keeps it exciting in its calmness. I'd think it to be a good, trippy addition to any playlist mix, the kind you can blend in between two hard rockers just to throw people off. This Magnificent Distance is definitely the heavier, darker, and catchier of the two albums, and kicks it into high gear with 40 Days. This song rocks out with some of the best that Chris Robinson has ever done, and a must listen. It has a killer riff, great bass line, mystical lyrics, and an intensity reminiscent of Bob Dylan's Rolling Thunder Revue version of 7 Days, a kick-ass rock song for the ages. Things mellow out a little with Girl on a Mountain and ventures back into a groovy psychedelic world. The guitar keeps you sailing at sea through a calm ocean, while the bass, drums, and keys lay out the waves for Chris to project his voice onto. On Mother of Stone, the ocean turns into a wide open prairie, with the guitar, percussion, and bass pushing the group on a ride over hills and flatlands, with Chris leading the way. They turn to Holding Up Trains and Train Robbers, a cool, mellow Western ballad whose imagery sends you off into the technicolor world of 70s style cowboy movies. Our hero ponders his life of crime and serves up his advice, followed each time by a blistering guitar solo. Sea of Love hits us with a desert rock sound, heavy on the low end with dark guitars and a catchy chorus. Chris Robinson's hippie message isn't quite that innocent on this one, but it is still alive and kicking. Piece of Wind is riff rock at its finest, the kind to shake your hair or your hips to. A cool, fun rocker to groove to while you're heading down the highway. This Magnificent Distance has a few more cool songs on it, and with all said and done, is a really great album. It may be a bit too long. I probably would have cut a couple songs, but I won't tell you which ones. Chris takes you on a mystical journey through landscapes and worlds, the likes of which he probably never would have been able to with the Crowes. I think this has some of his best work on it, and is well worth a listen to from front to end, maybe on a relaxed evening with some incense burning, a little bit of the kind and a glass of wine, or on a late night drive on some endless highway. I couldn't find New Earth Mud on Spotify, but I did find This Magnificent Distance on that. And both are on Pandora or here on YouTube. Let me know what you think of Chris Robinson solo, what you think of these songs that I suggested, or anything else. Please subscribe and share, and don't forget to keep it rocking. Cheers.